So Esther, what is the big news in your life? What is your big brand new purchase?
Okay, so as you guys know, I have been driving a 2001 Toyota Camry for as long as I've...
If you got a Tesla, I'm going to be pissed.
Shout out to Camrys though, because my first car was a Camry as well.
Wait, what year is it?
2001. Speaking of, I watched Spotlight last night and saw my '01 car all over that movie because it takes place in 2001.
That's right.
And they were probably hard to find. They were like, does anyone have one anymore?
They used her car on set.
Attention movie producers, I'm keeping my 2001 Camrys, so if you need it for a rental for your next big production.
I will say I didn't see your car out there.
So this summer I'm working on a show where my commute is an hour, like an hour there, an hour back, and I was like,
"Is that annoying me too?"
I was like, it's time, and I really wanted a Tesla. Like, part of me, I like got Tesla fever for a moment, and I looked it up and was like, okay, like it's pretty expensive, but I've waited this long, like maybe I'll do it, but. Then first of all, I told my dad.
Your dad said no, obviously.
My dad freaked out, was like, you're paying for the name, you're paying for Elon Musk, you're an idiot.
Oh my God. Your dad said
like, you're just paying for his name, all this stuff. And then also they weren't available, and they're not available till the fall.
Yeah.
So I went with my big dream and I got myself a 2021 Toyota Corolla.
Oh my God.
Hybrid.
Wow. I think that.
What color?
Applause break.
White.
White? Oh, that gets dirty fast.
Safest car on the road.
Honestly, when we went to Palm Springs, I drove my mom's Corolla.
What
and
year?
the whole time, it's a 2020.
Okay.
Because she just got, the whole ride there, I'm like, this is the best car I've ever driven. This
Toyotas
is the
are
best
the
car.
shit.
Dude, Toyota's for life.
Toyotas. I got tricked into getting a Honda, but I never wanted to get rid of Toyotas.
That's what Dave has, the Civic, which it's still nice.
It's
They're very
just
similar.
not a Toyota. It's just close, but it's just not.
But I also think all cars are the same. Like, I really do. I think
You've only driven the same car. That's why. You've never even ventured out. There's 2 cars you've driven. Now 3.
I know. And my dad was like, he was like, okay, well, now you'll have this car for 20 years. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. But that's why I bought it. I know most people.
Did you pay outright?
I bought it. So
I said alt-right for some reason. Did you pay
I paid
alt-right?
alt-right. I bought it.
Hiling?
I bought it so it's not leased, because the thought of a lease freaks me out personally, because I like to destroy my cars.
Yeah, no, it's really rough.
I like to turn them into a beater.
Mm-hmm.
Why you lease?
I lease, and I'm like, we'll deal with this later. It's just like, oh, this is gonna be a problem at some point. That's just how I feel like, oh, deal with this later. Oh.
My dream car is an El Camino. Have you ever seen those?
No. Wait.
Yes. They're like the ones that
Annie
go like
looks
this.
really disappointed.
No, it's just obvious. There was no surprise in it.
Look,
because you're getting banged in the back, like.
Yeah, it's
El Camino's the one that had the back goes like that.
Yeah, that's an El
Oh,
Camino.
wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that in that movie, that Tarantino movie where they kill everybody?
That's
All
all
the
Tarantino
movies,
movies.
It is in all of them. That's what I
Yes.
meant.
Yeah, possibly.
That and feet.
But to me, I just see a car it's an older car, so you've got problems.
Yeah,
Not
that's how
if
I look
you-
at it too.
Yes, but if you switch out a lot of things, I think. Well, look, it wouldn't be something I drive every day.
Don't get mad at us.
But
We
also,
wanna
I
support
don't.
your dream.
I don't drive every day. I'm a freaking homebody.
Wait,
What
don't you
color?
not have a car?
I bicycle.
What color?
You bicycle?
I bicycle.
We already
around
did
town.
the gay episode last year. Don't stop being bi. Now listen, what color do you want?
I always thought of getting a white one. Oh wait, either a midnight blue
Ooh, love that.
or a white one for some reason with like a salmon on interior.
Would you do? Ooh, that's really cute. Would you do like details on it?
I don't think
Fire?
so. I have yet to figure out exactly what I want.
Would you want the
but-
stripe up there?
But would you guys go on a ride with me? We won't be going very
Yes.
far.
Maybe.
Well, we know your mom would be with you, Rudy. We'd have to bring the whole family.
It's true. One thing about my new car, not to brag, all the windows go up and down.
You're not gonna get hit on anymore in traffic.
And it has backup camera.
It does.
I did notice people are honking at me in this car, and I think that they never honked at me in my last car because I was like, our friend John always says the scariest person in the room is the person who has nothing to lose, and that was me in my old car.
So they're afraid of you.
People
They're
were like,
oh, no.
did not fuck with
Oh,
me.
that's exactly why we'll never get rid of this Prius. Like, it has like bullet holes through it. It looks like the person who owns this car
Is Bobby
has
Lee.
perished.
Was on Mad TV.
Wait, but you guys have one car, right?
One car. We're a one-car family.
And I'm assuming he owns it and abuses it, right?
Yeah, but then Jules has her license now, so she's a new driver. She's hit a couple things.
Did she tell them?
Well, no, she's only hit
Things
like,
that don't
yeah,
matter.
like not other cars, no people so far, thank God. But she's definitely. Did you see that video? The whole under part got like scraped off, and Bobby was like, it's okay.
Did it start out as a lease and Bobby's like, I'm gonna have to buy this bitch?
Dude, Bobby rented a car from Enterprise for a whole year, you guys.
Why?
And he spent like
I told you I did
$29,000.
Rent-A-Wreck, and it was like, I'm like, why is it? I'm paying like the same price for this shitty car.
Yes. But I think that you guys are similar in that way where it's like the inconvenience, there is no price. I mean, he would rather pay that price than be inconvenienced.
Guys, if I was rich, I would take a fucking helicopter to this podcast. I do not. That drive is so rough.
Well, here.
Well, it's just unpredictable. It's like unpredictable. That's the annoying part.
You know, there's like a famous story about your partner, Bobby Lee, that he couldn't find his car, so he just forgot about it and bought a new one.
Oh, that's actually the milder version of events.
He bought 3.
I mean, it's happened right before my very eyes. I know it was my birthday. He had
Was
just
this
picked
when
me
he
up.
was still using?
No,
Oh, it's so good.
A sober Bobby, as sober as he can get. He picks me up from the airport. We drive back we're about 2 blocks away from home. We're really like we could literally walk home. Call AAA. We both have AAA. His car stalls. It's something minor. It's not something wrong with the computer. He says, "Babe, we just gotta leave it here. We'll buy a new car tomorrow." And I'm like, "Are you fucking crazy?" We got into the biggest screaming match because he was insistent on not getting it towed.
My
to the shop.
dream is to have Bobby Lee throw away money.
But he doesn't. I don't think
Bobby
it's
Lee
Bobby
throw
Lee
away
money.
If you just are wanting Bobby Lee throwaway.
Yes.
Yes.
He doesn't. We didn't even have a lot of money then. He was just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I gotta go. I gotta leave. Like he just wants to leave the scene and never think about it again.
Leave the
Love
scene. Flee the scene.
Yeah.
What kind of car was it?
It was this Prius.
Does Bobby
Wait,
have
he
guilt?
tried to flee this Prius and you still have it?
and we still have it.
Does
'cause-
Bobby have guilt? Like, if he were to leave the scene, could he just stop thinking about
Yes.
something and drop it?
And
Ooh,
I
I'm jealous
couldn't.
of that. I wouldn't be able to do that.
At one time,
It would eat away at me.
his car flipped over a couple times in the freeway.
Sorry, that's not funny. But with Bobby in it is.
So he flipped his car a couple times in the freeway.
Is it like separate times or like it flipped a couple times in the same
At the
hole?
same time?
Oh, okay.
So he totaled it, but he was able to crawl out, dust himself off. And he was like, I'm going to go get a Taco Bell. So he walks over to Taco Bell and then comes back to the scene of his fucking, destroyed vehicle, and paramedics and cops are surrounding it. And they're like, sir, don't come any closer. There's a dead body in there.
They thought he was dead.
And he was like, that's me.
This is why he's my hero.
But he was probably in shock, honestly. Because I've gotten in some car accidents and you're in full shock. And you do crazy things.
Maybe, or maybe he's just like, what's the big deal, guys? Like, everything's fine. I'm alive. I have, tacos in my hand.
I love this man.
When
I
he
love
crashed
him.
into Sam Tripoli's car, it was the...
Were you there?
Literally,
I
no,
was
but
there.
the video
I
is my
was there.
favorite thing I've ever seen. It's my favorite thing. I wish it would happen every day.
Explain why.
He so slowly crashed into the car. It was the slowest fucking roll ever. And like, I love Sam Tripoli, but he's like a fucking spaz, but he's also a spaz with a heart of gold that will get over it. But in the moment, it was just so good how personally he took it. It was just, and if you think about it, it's like, Bobby, you did fucking do that on purpose.
Well, do you guys really
Well,
want...
because it went so slow, you could put the fucking
It
camera
was
up,
really
yeah.
slow. And
It's just something about the red rope and just what Sam's wearing. Everything's just so
How
funny.
are you not getting this?
Look how, and he's got his little angry hands of Sam.
I'm fucking sorry. If you crush it, I'll pay for it.
Oh, so let's look at Bobby's hat.
There is,
Tony.
I was probably talking to Tony. That's why I didn't care.
Oh my god, I wish I was there.
That was
it was you.
So he had relapsed here, obviously.
Yeah.
but he was keeping it a secret from me. Nobody knew at this point that he had relapsed.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
He was being very like erratic. I almost thought that he was going through like some mania. I remember
Yeah.
telling him like, you're either on the verge of like a fuck. His dad had just died. I was like, you're on the verge of a breakdown, or you're back using. I was like, which one is it? Eventually, but I didn't know at this point. But when I found out about this, or I found out that he had relapsed later, I asked him. I was like, did you do that on purpose? And he was like, I think in my head in that moment, there was a part of me that like blamed Sam Tripoli for relapsing. And I was like, okay, that's not true. Like, you should be blaming yourself only. Like, there's no one to blame here.
You know what I was hoping you were going to say?
What?
That Bobby did it on purpose because he thought it would be funny. Because he was high and thought it would be funny.
I'm sure there was
because
some part
honestly,
of it.
it's so funny. And look at Sam's outfit. Like, you're supposed to get your car crashed into in that outfit.
Wait, so can you explain that? Like, he was mad at Sam?
Yeah, like he was subconsciously mad at Sam because
Unjustly.
he was blaming him for his relapse.
Yeah. So I think that he says that there was 20% of him that think that even though it was an accident, it wasn't as accidental as maybe his subconscious was.
I see.
Was in action
Deep
there.
in there.
Yeah, which is a stupid cop-out explanation for why you would hit someone's car. And if I were Sam Tripoli, I'd be
Well,
pissed.
not
yeah.
if it's the truth. I mean, if that's the truth of like how you felt, it's
Yeah.
not really. It's just accepting responsibility for being an asshole.
But he did pay
Yeah.
for the for the
That's just
damage.
so funny. Esther, what were you doing at this moment? Masturbating?
I was probably talking to Tony.
Tony was like, I've seen a last car crash I saw was on stage earlier.
I want to talk to you.